There's one more person I need to introduce. He's the reason we're here, Mr. John Hollin.
The 10th year is by far the hardest speech I've ever written. My brain has not worked. I have written 5 different speeches and didn't like any of them. 4 days ago, I had an appointment that I'm going to get into in a second. Basically, because of that appointment, I wrote a 6th speech that I'm about to give. But due to that appointment, and what I'm going to say, I need people to understand that it was my decision to keep this close to the vest and close to the chest in this case. It wasn't my family's. If there's hard feelings, direct them at me. If there's anger for keeping this a secret, direct it at me. I have my muscle next to me. You're going to have to go through him first. And you've known me my whole life, you're not going to get through it. Mom, sorry. 10 a.m. on Monday, I had a consultation with the transplant team at Penn to start the process of the evaluation of a double lung transplant. In 2018, I had to go through a battery of tests to see if I am eligible to be a recipient to go on a list. Now that that's out there. There's no decision that had been made yet, except at 4:45 in the morning on Tuesday, doing a med, this speech came to me. And it's the only speech I've ever written that I actually named and gave it a title. And I'm calling it My Life with CF, I Remember. I remember growing up and playing basketball and football in the driveway of the Schwartzes. I remember July 4th barbecues at the Lipskins, and then driving home and being in the back seat and watching the fireworks as Dad drove home. I remember being a ball boy when Ben used to play soccer for the middle school and high school. I remember being in Little League and playing second base, and I always knew where Mom was in the stands. And I always had one eye on the driveway, because I was waiting for a tall, bald guy with a suit pants on, a collared shirt, and a loosened tie to come walking up. Because then I knew my dad was there, and I could just play ball. I remember Rugrat basketball, walking into West Philly. Right? Walking into West Philly.
I remember.
We were outplaced. But I learned real quick, respect isn't given, it's earned. And my friend, we earned it that night. I remember late night talks on my front porch. Relationships, love, everything. These talks started at 11 o'clock, we were young. Now I'm ready for bed. I remember declaring my major at college, which was health and phys ed. The irony of that is not lost on me right now. I remember this really, really bratty girl in college that didn't believe how old I was and made me prove it and show her my license. I remember playing miniature golf with that same girl at the Pink Flamingo, which is a miniature golf course. It's not a strip club, it does sound like it. And I remember thinking to myself, I really can't lose to her. I'll never hear the end of it. And I remember thinking, I really hope she wins, because I don't want the silent treatment. And she would have to buy the milkshake. I remember how good the milkshake tasted in the peace and quiet. I remember that phone call in 2007 from Jason. Johnny, it's Jay. Yeah, Jay, I know, it's 2007. My phone tells me who's calling. But it's how he picked up the phone every time. I remember the first night of this event, and I was completely overwhelmed by it. I remember last year being woken up at 2:30 in the morning by my dad to tell me that Pop died. And I'm going to remember this night describing what it's like to live with CF and never once mentioning CF. CF isn't who I am. It's part of who I am. I was raised to live life. I was raised to fight CF with the emphasis on living life. Now, I could have rambled off 1,000 memories about CF. But you could relate to the memories that I just spoke of. I remember 2 years ago, Glenn and Rach pulled me in the closet to tell me that they were pregnant. I remember the ups and downs of that pregnancy and the joys and heartbreak that my friends went through. I remember standing with Matt and Teresa at their wedding. And I remember the text message they sent me, the riddle that I had to figure out that she was pregnant. They wouldn't just tell me. This night isn't about curing a disease. It's about giving me the opportunity to create more memories. There's a human behind the disease. And that's what I want. I've told doctors, don't ever call me a CF patient. I'm a patient with CF. The patient comes first, always with me. And I leave you with this. Life is about the people and the moments that turn into memories and stories. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me the opportunity to create lifelong memories over a long life.